Hi everybody, I'm Miss Lynne. It is great to see you again. Welcome to another movement art class. I was just exploring some verbs. Verbs are action words or things we can do. And so far today, I showed you sway, right? And push and pull. Okay? All of those things are verbs. We are going to study more verbs together today. And we're also going to learn the difference between locomotor verbs and non-locomotor verbs. More on that in a little bit. We'll also use our study of verbs to pretend we're traveling on the Underground Railroad. Sound like fun? Let's dive in. Ooh, that's a verb. That's something we can do. Or maybe we could jump in, or we could spin in, right? All of those are verbs. However you decide to do it, let's dive in to our warm-up. Go ahead and stand behind your chair. Let's start today with the word twist. We'll go down the body and twist all of our body parts. Let's start with the head. Can you twist your head? There we go. Twist, 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 twist gently. Good. Maybe we could twist our shoulders. How would that work? Twist. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. What else could we twist? Could we twist our arms? Let me see you twist your arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And can you twist just your hands? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. What else can we twist? Can we twist our hips? How would that work? You might have to bend your knees a little, and then you can twist your hips, kind of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And I know you can twist one leg at a time, right? So stand on one leg and twist the other one. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch legs. You're going to twist this leg. Twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it. Ooh, you know what we can actually do? We can twist both legs together. We can twist our whole bodies. Should we try that? Ready? Twist, 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 twist. All right. Good job. Is the word twist a verb? Yes or no? Is it something we can do? Yes. So is it a verb? Yes. All right. Awesome. Let's see if there are more verbs we can use for our warm-up. Ooh, let's try wiggle. Ready? Wiggle your head gently. Good. Wiggle your shoulders gently. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try arms. Wiggle them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wiggle just your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. What's next? Hips. Wiggle your hips. 1, 2, 3. You got to bend your knees to do this, right? 4. Good. How about one leg? Wiggle that leg. 1, 2. Wiggle the other one. You can hold on to a desk if you're falling over. 1, 2. Woo! All right. Is wiggle a verb? Is it something we can do? Yes. So wiggle is a verb. Okay. Ready for a dance fact? Since we are not moving somewhere new in space, these kinds of verbs or movements are called non-locomotor movements. Non-locomotor. Can you say it? Right. Okay. So non means not, right? And locomotor means to start in one place and go somewhere else, like a train. Trains used to actually be called locomotors. So a non-locomotor movement is when you stay in one place and move. Okay? So all of our warm-ups so far have been these non-locomotor movements. Let's try one more. Ooh, reach. That will be a good one, right? That won't move us across the floor. We'll stay in one place and be able to reach with all of our body parts. Let's try it. Can you reach with one shoulder? Reach with the other shoulder. Good. Reach with one arm. And reach with the other arm. Good. Reach up with both arms. And reach down with both arms. Good. Can we reach with another body part? Can a hip reach? Try it. Reach out with that hip. Reach out with the other hip. Oh my gosh. Good. And can this leg reach? Let's see. Oh, yes it can. And can this leg reach? Wow, it sure can. All right. So all of these movements are from verbs, action words that we can do that don't take us anywhere new in the space. So non-locomotor verbs. Nice. Okay. Now we know that non-locomotor verbs are verbs where we move but we don't go anywhere. So what do you think locomotor verbs are? Yes, those are verbs where we do move somewhere, okay? So let's try some of those because we're going to use them later. Just for safety, let's say that we can do these locomotor verbs in a circle right behind your desk, okay? Let's try a few. Oh, let's start with jump. You ready? So jump is kind of interesting because you can jump and not go anywhere, right? But we want to jump as a locomotor verb. So we're going to have to go somewhere. Can you jump in a circle and make jump into a locomotor verb? Let's try it. Ready? Jump, 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 and we're back to where we started. Okay, good. That is a locomotor verb. We went somewhere, like a train. All right? Let's try another one. Aha. Can we try to use the verb tiptoe and make it locomote or move? Ready? Tiptoe in your circle. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Tiptoe sometimes is a way to be quiet, right? Try one of your own verbs. What can you think of that could take you in a circle? All right, just any verb that you like. Show me. Here we go, on your circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Let's try 2 more together, all right? How about the verb march? That could take us around, right? Here we go. March. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Do you guys know the verb glide? To glide is like to skate almost, yeah? Should we try that? Make that a locomotor verb. Glide. Here we go. Glide. 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 Yeah, that's another locomotor verb, right? Okay, last one for fun. Gallop. Make sure you do this safely. You're going to gallop in that circle behind your desk. Ready? Safely. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We did it! Awesome! Okay, so now we know all about what verbs are, and we know that there are locomotor verbs that take us somewhere, and non-locomotor verbs, where we can move, but we don't go anywhere new. Okay, do you think any verbs were used along the Underground Railroad? Do you know what the Underground Railroad was? Aha. The Underground Railroad was a series of routes going from the south part of the United States all the way north. In the north, slavery was not allowed, and so if slaves made it all the way to the north, they would be free. In your ELA lesson, I think you read about Harriet Tubman, who was a conductor on the Underground Railroad. A conductor is someone who knows the way, and Harriet Tubman led lots of people north on the routes she knew. It was a very dangerous journey being on the Underground Railroad. It wasn't a real railroad at all, but just a secret way through the woods and rivers that led north. The slaves had to be very careful not to make any noise and not to be seen along the way. So they always traveled at night as quietly as they could. Oh, we did a locomotor verb that was very quiet. Do you remember? Let's see. We did jump, tiptoe, gallop, glide, and march, and one of your own. Which of those is very quiet? Yes, tiptoe. We could try that one again and pretend that we are on the Underground Railroad following Harriet Tubman. We are escaping slavery, and she's leading us to freedom. Let's do it. Back up and pretend we have to be very quiet as we go on the Underground Railroad. Here we go. Back up as far as you can, maybe even to one side, and we'll tiptoe. Imagine we're going through the woods, it's nighttime, and we're following Harriet Tubman. Ready? Try not to make a sound. Awesome, good job. Now, the slaves could not travel safely during the daylight. So do you know what they did when the sun came up? They rested. And the conductor, that's Harriet, knew of safe houses along the way where a slave could be hidden so they could rest without worry of anyone finding them. There's a verb in there, isn't there? Rest. To rest is something we can do. That makes it a verb. Let's try that one. How would you look if you were resting inside a safe house on the Underground Railroad? Show me rest on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Is rest a locomotor movement or a non-locomotor movement? What do you think? Did it take us somewhere new? So it has to be non-locomotor, right? Very good. You know, we could make a whole dance about the experience of traveling on the Underground Railroad with all of our movements based on verbs. I know there are lots of verbs we could use for the work the slaves did, and we could continue the story and add verbs about our escape north and all the verbs we might use along the way. And we could try to use some locomotor movements and some non-locomotor. Let's try it all together. How should we start? Well, if we start the story when we are slaves, we'd have to think about the verbs that slaves did before they escaped, right? So in their everyday lives. From your reading, I read that the work of the slaves might be rocking a baby in a cradle, picking cotton, chopping wood, along with a lot of other actions or verbs. Let's start right there. Let's take the verb rock, as in rocking the baby. Can you show me how you would move if the beginning of our dance were going to be the verb rock? Remember, that's what some of the slave children had to do. Their job was to keep the cradle rocking so the owner's baby wouldn't cry. We can rock the baby. Let's try it. Okay, ready? Let's say the baby started to cry and we picked it up out of the cradle. So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4. You can rock the baby any way you like. Maybe you're rocking the cradle. 1, 2, 3, 4. You choose. So that could be our first verb in our dance. Now, is rock locomotor or non-locomotor? What do you think? Non-locomotor. Good, because we're standing in one place and not going anywhere, no matter how we rock, right? What's another verb or action that the children who were slaves used to have to do? Do you know? We could use the verb sweep. A lot of the kids used to help clean, and one thing they could do is to sweep. Do you guys know how to sweep? Pretend you have a broom. You're going to stand sideways, and you're going to push that broom forward and back like this. You want to try it? Sweep. Sweep. Yeah. Now, we could make sweep locomotor by moving it forward. And that's really how you sweep anyway, right? Because you want to start and sweep the dirt off the porch. So you move it forward. All right, let's try that so far. We have rock, 2, 3, 4, and sweep, 2, 3, 4. Good. So those verbs came from the jobs the children did as slaves. Why don't we add some verbs for jobs that the adult slaves did next? One thing you always hear about is picking cotton. Now, picking cotton was actually a very difficult job because the cotton plants are very low. And so you had to spend the whole day kind of bent over. Let's try it so we can feel it. So if the plant were very low, you would have to pick the cotton, put it in your bag, and then take your next step. And there wasn't time to straighten up. So the whole time, you were bent over. Pick. Yeah? So is that one locomotor or non-locomotor? What do you think? Locomotor. Right, because we're going somewhere. So let's do picking cotton like this. Pick. Step together, step and pick, step together, step and pick, step together. I feel like we need one more verb for something that the adult slaves did, some work that the adult slaves had to do. There were so many things. They had to cook in the main house, they had to plow the fields, they had to dig for fence post. They had to do blacksmithing and shoemaking and weaving baskets and playing fiddle. That's something we don't think of very often, but slaves who knew how to play music were often made to play music for the owner's entertainment. So we could put fiddle as our last verb. We could fiddle in threes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is fiddle locomotor or non-locomotor? Did you go anywhere? No. If the answer is no, it's non-locomotor, right? Okay, let's try the whole first part of the dance together. All right, here we go. We know our beginning is rocking the baby. So you ready? Rock, 2, 3, 4, get ready to sweep, 2, 3, keep going, sweep. We'll do this one for 8, then we have picking cotton, picking, moving, picking, moving, picking, moving, picking, moving, and fiddle, 2, 3, fiddle, 2, 3, fiddle, 2, 3, fiddle, 2, 3. All right. That is the work part of our dance, when we are still slaves. Now comes the good part. Let's pretend Harriet Tubman arrived and she sent us a secret message to say she's ready to take another group up north so that we can be free. We'll be escaping slavery on the Underground Railroad. What kinds of verbs might we use here? Well, we could use some of the verbs and movements we've already made. Remember, we only travel at nighttime when it's safe, and so we only travel by moonlight or starlight. So we could start by looking up in the sky and finding the North Star. Because once we find the North Star, we know if we go that direction, we'll eventually come to the place where there is freedom. So, what verb could we use to talk about that? We could point to the star. That's a verb, right? That's something we can do. Let's do that. So a lot of our movement has been kind of medium speed. So let's have this movement be really slow, just for fun. Ready? So we're going to look up in the sky, slowly point out the star. Yeah? The North Star. And that's how we would know where to go so that we could be free. Let's try it again. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. All right. So we know we're going north. We've pointed, that's our verb, to the North Star. Oh, by the way, is point locomotor or non-locomotor? Try it out. Does it go anywhere? We didn't go anywhere. So it must be non-locomotor. Good. Maybe next, since we know where we're going, we start to travel. And we already know we have to travel quietly. So let's back up. We'll point and then we'll tiptoe to the north. That could be our new verb. Ready? Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, great. We need 2 more verbs, I think, at least, to finish out this part of the dance. What if there were a lot of trees along the way? Maybe we would have to weave in and out of the trees to get where we're going. Do you guys know the verb weave? Usually it means to weave cloth together or to weave threads, but when you weave in movement, here, let me read you the definition. Weave means to go or make a path by moving quickly and changing direction often, especially to avoid hitting things, like trees. So, let's try it. We have to move quickly and change direction. I've seen people weave, pretend there's a whole bunch of trees in front of us. You kind of have to go in front of one and maybe this way to get by another. So that could be our weave. You want to try it? Yeah? So maybe get in front of a tree, and then around a tree, and in front of a tree, and around a tree. And there we are weaving. That verb is weave. Is it locomotor or non-locomotor? Did we go somewhere new? Yes. So that one is a locomotor verb. Very good. All right. I feel like we need one more good verb to be on the Underground Railroad. Actually, can you think of one? What else could happen on the Underground Railroad? Maybe you have to climb up and down a mountain, or maybe you have to splash through a river, or something else. You decide and show me your verb on the Underground Railroad. I'm going to give you a count of 8. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. All right, let's pretend our journey for that night is over. And the sun is about to come up, so we've just gotten to a safe house, and it's finally time for us to rest. Remember, that's a verb because it's something we can do. To be safe, we're not going to lie on the ground, so you can rest on your desk or you can rest standing up. Either of those are totally fine. So show me your rest. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's review this whole second part, and then we can put the whole dance together. You ready? Okay, back it up. Starting with point. Here we go. Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. We pointed at the North Star, right? Now remember, we're going to tiptoe very quietly. Ready to weave in and out of the trees? 1, 2, 3, 4. And your verb next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And finally, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, nice job, you guys. Okay, I think we're ready to put the whole thing together. Just to help us, I'll flash the verbs on the screen so we know what's coming next. And let's do our whole Underground Railroad dance, starting with the work of the slaves and then our journey north to freedom. Ready? Work first. Here we go. First is rock. 2, 3, 4. 2, sweep. 2, 3, 4. And picking cotton. 2, 3, 4. And fiddle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Great. Then it's time to go north. So go all the way back. And let's find the North Star. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tiptoe. Weaving. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally rest when the sun comes up so we can be safe. Great job, you guys. Give yourselves some applause. Everybody take a bow. Let's end by stretching and breathing. Wait, are those verbs? Yes, you can stretch. It's something you can do. And you can breathe. Something you can do. Let it all down. Are these locomotor or non-locomotor verbs? What do you think? Non-locomotor, right? We didn't go anywhere. Here we go. Breathing and stretching up. Breathing out, letting it go. Breathing in, stretching up. Breathing out, gently letting it go. Thanks so much for using your body to move in the locomotor and non-locomotor verbs on the Underground Railroad today. Maybe you could play Underground Railroad on the playground sometime. It might be fun to take turns being the conductor, and the conductor can make up the story of how you guys travel on that Underground Railroad. I hope you have a really great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm Miss Lynne.